Hey everybody, what's up? Happy Friday night. Myco Allen here. Can you hear me okay? Hey Bill, what's up 5280? Can you hear me? Check, check. What's going on, everybody? Can you hear me? Just want to make sure that volume is good. What's up, Bill? Hey, Mike, hey, 5280. Okay, Bill, 5280. You got to give me a yes or no if you can hear me. Audio and video. Thank you. Appreciate it. So, how's everybody doing this evening? Well, what I got planned is, what I had planned was Ronnie Real R&R Shrooms was going to be joining us along with Trippee-ki-ya from Australia, a friend of ours through IG and also now on YouTube, who has a channel as well. If you guys want to check him out, I will get the link for his YouTube channel. Great guy. He does a lot of open air stuff in a tent that he out in Australia in the outback, wherever he is. He might be back soon. He was talking to me a little while ago. He had to do some errands, but Ronnie can't make it tonight. That's okay. I got some stuff to show you guys. If you're bored, I got a couple things I wanted to do. I wanted to show you how I do my new lids on my new jars. I got some plates and stuff. I don't know if you guys remember, I made these little blue plates, these little 35 millimeter plates of agar. Well, they worked out freaking phenomenally and they grow amazing. This one here is grown out in about 3 days. I got others that are still colonizing, but they're growing out perfect and getting a little bit of rhizo. And then I also did a a needle biopsy of some fruits, and also I did a test of a needle biopsy on a plate of agar. When I took a needle, I biopsied the mycelium from a plate that had a lot of bad contamination, but I was able to get the needle to biopsy just a little bit of the clean stuff and then squirted it onto a plate, and now it is absolutely beautiful. Oops, let's see if I can show. Right there in the middle is where the biopsy ended up landing, and then some water squirted out. So all that's water, that white mark, is where the mycelium got into the water from the biopsy and spread all over the plate. Now I got a nice, beautiful rhizo growth out that needle biopsy. I also had some plates. I was doing some grab and drags for monos, and this one here is a luminous Lucy that's finally got a mono showing up right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. The light's kind of screwed up. But right down here in the corner, there's a little white fuzzy thing in that line. It's a monoculture, hopefully. Or not a monoculture, that's hopefully a monocaryon. And then I got a couple others that did the same thing, where there's a couple white spots just popping up on the top there. And that's how you check for mono. And then you take them out and you transfer them and put them onto microscope slides. Hey, Sandy, what's going on? I'm just talking about things I'm looking at doing here. I was showing them some little 35 millimeter agar plates, petri dishes I made. They work out perfect. I put some agar in them, and these grew out in about 3 days. I'm going to use these to inoculate grains. Just throw the whole puck in there, and then you have less of a chance of screwing up by cutting and dropping stuff, because I drop things a lot, and it should work out well. Making up grain jar lids. Yeah, that's cool. I was actually going to make up some airport lids in front of you guys. I got my drill and I got all my stuff right here. I got these new jars off offline. And they got the regular lids with the tops like this. They got the regular screw-on lids in the tops that you take part that I bought. These one-piece lids. They're stainless steel and they're all lined and everything to all my jars. And no, I don't use glass plates at all, Sandman. All these are plastic. These are little 35 millimeter plastic ones I'm using. They're cute. They take about 2 to 3 milliliters of agar. So if you do a 250 milliliter bottle, you can do about 100 of these freaking things. I've gone through about 50 or 60 of them already. I love them. I make them. I subculture everything over to little freaking tiny plates like this. Then these take 3-4 days to grow out, and I can put those right into a grain jar. I love it. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, I got those stainless steel lids, and I was gonna do some drilling and show you guys how I put the little syringe filters and the ships on, if you guys are interested. But yeah, no, I have some glass plates too, and they just suck. But yeah. If anybody has any questions on anything, we can work on some questions. We can talk about anything you guys want. But yeah. Anyways, let's get a little bit of light on the subject, and I'll get the camera set up so you guys can see me making a lid. That should be fun. Let me see if I can get some better light on the subject here. There we go. Okay, let's see. This chair for now. Okay, so got lid, got our port, and we got our sealed injection port. We got our drill bit, and we got our other drill bit. We need 2 drill bits. Okay, there we go. So, first thing you got to do is find out where you want to put your holes. Now, I know it doesn't sound like much, but it does make a difference. Check your lids. Make sure there's nothing on the inside that you're going to get obstructed by. And figure out where you want your sealed injection port and just mark it with a little spot. So I'm going to put it right about there for the center of that one. Then I find the other side for the syringe filter. Since mine have a 1-inch diameter, I have to be very careful where I drill. So there I marked my holes. And the first one I'm going to do is the bigger hole, which I have a step drill, which I go all the way to the second to last step. Now, if you're not familiar with tools, be careful, because you can easily drill through your hand. But let's see, that was this one right here. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to drill in about 5 steps, 6 steps, see how it goes. And then go to the other side to clean it out. Check it. Got a little bit of a burr, so I'm going to clean it out a little bit more. Now, once you drill your hole, you can take your self-healing injection port, okay, put it in the hole, and they have a little ridge, so you got to slide it in nice and tight. And then you squeeze the edges, make sure that's all the way in. Mine are really tight because I don't go big enough. I make it really tight. Okay, there we go. There's a ship. And then for the other hole, I have another size drill bit, which works out to be, let's see if I can read it. Okay, it's like 3/8 of an inch, not 3/8, 5/16. That's what I want to say. 5/32. I'm sorry. So I take that one and I drill that one. It's a lot easier because I want the burr to stay on the inside of this one. That way, there it takes a grip and puts it on the airport. Now you see the outside is nice, but the inside has this burr on it. Now the reason I leave the burr on the air syringe filter is when I push it through. Okay, it's going to grab onto it. Those little burrs just grabbed onto the plastic. And there you go. That's how you make a sealed injection or an airport lid. 2 holes, 2 pieces of equipment, and you're done. We can do one more at full speed so I can show you guys how easy it is. Now that I have the drill bit in that order, I'm going to mark my holes because I know where they're going to go. At full speed, this is a pretty good operation. Put my drill bit back in. So at full speed, you can do each one of these in about, I don't know, what was that, 20 seconds? So anyways, they're not hard to make. They're really easy to make. You just get the right drill bits. Boom, here's the second one. So we got 2 done, a couple minutes. And then they go right on your jars, especially with these nice lids. Done. So the lids come like this, the 2-piece lids. They're brand new. Then I replace them with these. Perfect airport lid. Now I use these for LC. The ones I make for grains, I use these for grains for one run, then I toss them out. But for grain, I'll just put an air syringe filter on there. For that, I'll just take that. Oops. No, I won't, because I'm going to go find that underneath there. Anyways, but that's how I do those airport lids. So, okay. That was fun, huh? Let's see if anybody's even here. Yeah, I still got a couple people. Oh, there we go, Trippy. Trippy, what's up? Sorry. I was making airport lids.
Good, bro. How you going?
This is Trippee-ki-ya. Trippee-ki-ya. This is everybody. What's up, brother?
What is up? What is up? Got a little bit of light going here. How are we?
Hey guys, Trippy has a YouTube site as well. Hit him up. I don't know your website off the top of my head.
Trippee-ki-ya. I'll send you on Instagram. Trippee-ki-ya. I'll come back on another time. This is only a quick. How you going? How are we anyway, Alan? You keeping busy?
Yeah. We're just making some of these airport lids real quick. I was showing people how I do it. Adding in the syringe filter and then the chip. So
yeah, beautiful. I've just got a little pickings, a little harvest to harvest. I'll get this done and then carry on with my day.
Absolutely. I don't know if you guys remember, I had that fruit of PBS that was growing. I have that off the dryer now, and it is looking beautiful. That's dry. That's coming out really nice.
That's beautiful. So can I guess I'm allowed to show a little bit of this then as well, if you can show that.
Oh, absolutely. Show away.
Okay.
What do you got? You got fruits, right? Fruits of your labor. But yeah, I ended up having to break it because I wanted to clone it, but I kept both pieces nice and together. I got to actually weigh it. It was 55 grams wet, but it had a lot of moisture in the stipe. So I'm thinking about 2.5, 3 grams here. Let's see. Oops, I teared it on there, son of a bitch.
I'm just picking these off the cake just now, actually.
2.8 grams. Not bad for one fruit. Nice. Those are nice, Trippy. I like them. What are those, penis envy, or are they your Shakti Ghost or whatever?
The Shakti Ghost.
Nice.
I'll go and grab. I'll show you the one I got yesterday.
Okay, cool. Mr. Marmar, what's going on? B. Hendricks, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Marmar.
I started drying a little bit.
Beautiful. Yeah, how do you dry stuff? I thought you had a different technique. You do stuff on like your furnace or your heater or something, right?
I'll show you.
Trippy's out in Australia. He's got all kinds of cool techs for doing stuff in a open air or low I don't know, not low tech. I mean, it's high tech for what you're doing.
Right now, I've got inside my spaceship.
Yeah, Chippy's got spaceship.
Down here is it's a milk crate, and on top of it, there's some fly screen. There's no light in here, only UV, so it's hard to see. So yeah, there's some fly netting on an old milk crate. I've got my little oil heater here. It's not red hot. It's not like a dry heat. It's set pretty low. It keeps it very controllable in here. And my fruit is just sitting in front of this. It still take a couple of days, especially if you're dealing with like fat things. But just a bit of patience, and they dry up. That's cracker, beautiful.
As long as they end up cracker dry, just get them there. I mean, everybody had a different theory on whether you want low and slow, high and fast. I put mine on dehydrator this morning about 10 o'clock. And these things, I turned off the dehydrator. These things were cracker dry a little while ago. They're a little soft right now. I'm going to turn the dehydrator on for the rest of the night just to let them get back down to zero humidity, just because, But even my dehydrator is just an old one I found at the dump.
Yeah. Nah, that's it. Everyone's got their own. Their own ways. Whatever works for you, stick to it. If it's working for you, don't change anything. Because what works for some may not work for everyone, as we all learn the hard way.
Everybody's got their own way of doing it, and that's like I'm a testament to that, because everything I've done has been do it yourself. Yes, I have bought things, but originally I started out with a couple of little mono tubs up in my living room upstairs, and then I built my first flow hood, which is this one right over here. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. That's a big baddie with a couple of filters from air cleaners that I taped together. I still use it for doing grain bags. Ronnie's got a great setup. He's got the Broke Boy box stand tech. That thing works great for him.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You're working open air with covering your stuff. Actually, I was talking on here, Nerd Nature, a friend of ours. I did that thing where you know how you take your handkerchief and you cover your things before you inject them and everything to keep the cams off. I did that with some Uncle Ben tech. I put the paper towel soaked with alcohol over the hole right after I cut it. And he was like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And I was like, "Yeah." And I forgot to mention where I found it because I couldn't remember. And then I remembered watching one of your videos that you were the one that showed me that.
No, just create a little, and they say you had a good one with your alcohol burners as well. I've not tried that yet, but I like the idea. Mine was basically just create a little blanket of, if this was a towel, which it's not, but just cover it in alcohol and have a little. Once you've done it a couple of times, you don't even really need to look, do you? You kind of know what you're doing in there.
You get your towel wet with alcohol. I'm always spraying everything with alcohol. You get your towel, and then when you do your injection, you can just put it right over it. So just while you
that's right.
Keeps it clean.
And I'm all open air, Alan. I don't even have a flow hood, and I'm out in the desert. It's dusty country out here. It's like,
oh yeah, you got all that dust and contamination in the air from the dryness.
Yeah, man. And in the summertime, you go, if you leave the door open for an hour, there's a layer of dust over everything. It's that dusty. So I've just learned to, without having a flow hood. I've got a flow hood coming, so it's not like I'm never going to have one. I've got one coming.
I've just one, right?
Yeah. Just I just need to get it shipped over. I need to sort out my shipping.
Low Myco or somebody Myco has one of his flow hoods working out great for him.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, they look amazing. I can't wait to get it. But I've been doing this for a long time. I've just found containing everything is my best way. Just my only open air work is really my harvest, and a little bit of spawning. Yeah. I'm working on my own all-in-one bags again, and that's going to eliminate again having to spawn all together.
When you're making open top LCs with agar pieces, or you're making agar and stuff, you really need a flow hood. I do a lot of hood, or I do a lot of bagging out in the open, just because I know there's contamination in here. But once you colonize grain, pretty much, I do a little bit of I make my cakes out here, but this is my little area, so it's pretty clean. I run this flow hood when I'm doing a bunch in a row. But it's mostly for sterile work. You have to have a flow hood if that. It is important for doing monos and stuff like that on, grab and drags and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I was just going to say, the techniques I show will only get you so far, but If you want to grow shrooms, we can do that. But when it comes to like the breeding side of it, that is really when my flow hood is going to come in. Like when I'm going to use it the most. And I've got a lot.
Knowledge, learning about it, so you'll just have to put the techniques to effect once you get your hood. Once you get that level of sterility,
that's right.
You'll already have the knowledge to do it.
I'm just excited about getting to even try and learn new things as well. I'm always doesn't matter how long you're in this game, always stay humble and be open to learn something else, because you never know it all. You'll never know everything. So yeah, I enjoy learning off you. I enjoy you've taught me a lot of things, Alan. Like I enjoy having you in my life. That if I've got a problem that I run across, I can contact you and I can contact Ronnie and know that I'm going to get a sensible and competent answer.
I appreciate that. I just do my best to not be stupid. Not be.
No, that's we're allowed to do that too. You need to bring your personality and character into it, because it's who you are. The universe has got enough people pretending to be each other. We need to own our own authentic selves.
Absolutely, authenticity is the key. I know I just do my thing as me. I don't try to be anybody else. I mean, I didn't show my face for the first year of doing this just because it wasn't about being afraid of the law or being afraid of this or that. I just didn't want to be on camera. I just didn't think I'd want to.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugly mug, I just, I don't want to get on there.
No, that's it. And you're doing a good job, man. And I look forward to seeing more of these live interactions and what you're going to build on this side of things with where you decide to take this. It's you've got me hooked as a subscriber anyway, man. You've got me hooked as a subscriber.
You too. I love watching you. It's fun.
Easy. Well, Alan, I've got a very busy day ahead of me, as you know. I can hear my bro Clizzy. He's just got back, so I'm going to go and catch him. He's got a big performance tomorrow, so we're going to go and get a bit of practicing in, and I'm going to spray this because I'm open air. I'm going to spray this with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, put the hood back on, get it back in the fruiting chamber, and be good to go. And I'll be back online probably after the show on Sunday, so we'll catch up. I'll talk to you before then, Alan, but I'll get back on camera on Monday, and we'll get a proper. We'll do this again. We'll do this again. Thanks for the chats, man. Right, much love, man. Love you too, bro. See you.
Have a good one. So that was Trippee-ki-ya. Brother of mine, I love him, man. He's from Australia, but he's got a Scottish accent. I don't know if anybody noticed. But anybody else wants to come on, they're more than welcome to. I can send you a link. Just let me know and we can get you on and have some fun that way. I just got a few things I'll show you. I made some slants for the first time. I don't know if anybody's ever made slants, but I got some 50 milliliter dry cryo or your slant tubes or whatever you want to call them. I found out you put 30 milliliters of agar in them and they make a nice little slant. So I made a bunch of these up. They got a little bit of moisture, but that's okay. It goes away. And I also made some of these into water storage. And last Sunday, we inoculated an Uncle Ben's bag or two, and I do believe one of them actually has white psyllium in it. I'm not opening them, so I can't show you right now because they're in their box and they don't get touched until Sunday. So if you want to see what happens with the Uncle Ben's stick, you got to tune in Sunday, because I know one of them has got some white stuff in the bottom. I can see it from here. I can show you a little sneak peek. The box is right up there. And one of them looks a little bit white. Yeah, 50 milliliter tubes with 30 milliliters of agar inside. That, well, you use agar for the plants. So yeah, it worked out really good. Yeah, I got them off eBay real cheap. They pressure cooked with no problem. I filled them up to 30 milliliters. And then what I did is I took the whole bag of them and I took my pressure cooker, a 23-quart Presto style. It's actually a T-ball. But what I did is I lined all of these up inside of another pan that fit inside my pressure cooker. So they're all standing like this. They're flat bottom, so you can stand them up like a normal, like a normal thing. You can stand them up. But I lined them all up inside that pan and put that whole pan inside the pressure cooker. and I just loosened the lids a tiny bit, just a quarter of a turn like that, and then pressure cooked them. And then when they came out, I did the slanting. But what was that? I like it too. Oh, you like that? You like how it's a little bit of a mess over there because I'm trying to get everything organized. Found that at the dump a few weeks ago, and I cleaned it up, pressure washed it, and that's where I put a lot of my petri dish cultures. It's going to get labeled and have a little bit more organization eventually, but for now, it's just doing that. Thank you. I appreciate it, Steve. It's kind of the way I do things, a little bit of a do-it-yourself or broke boy tech of everything. Yeah. Anyways, I was showing some other people before. I was doing needle biopsies to agar and to LC, and I did a needle biopsy of an agar plate or of a petri dish. So basically, I took a petri dish with mycelium on it, okay, something like this, and I took the needle and just made a horizontal insertion to get some mycelium into the needle, and then I squirted it out onto a plate, and it actually grew out. So this was from the 21st. That little spot right in the middle here, where you can see, is where the needle biopsy actually came out of the syringe with a little bit of fluid, because the fluid was LC broth that I sucked into the syringe ahead of time. And so it squirted out, and then it actually grew everywhere that the water went. And then I've been working on these little 35 millimeter LC or agar plates, and they're colonizing awesome. This one here is blue, but the other side is white because it's all covered in mycelium. I got some that are like 3/4 of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these whole little 35 millimeter plates to put into a grain bag. You can see they're a lot smaller than a regular dish. The regular dish next to it is the 35 millimeter. Oops, sorry, wrong one. So once you get the right size dishes, you can just drop the whole puck in, which will be fun. Thanks. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Anthony. Hey, what's going on? Oh, okay. Right? Aren't they? They're cool though because this grew in like this is 3 days of growth. It's almost fully colonized, and it's going rhizal already. And I can just dump this whole thing into a grain bag before, like this one's going to be put into grain tomorrow. It'll probably be all the way to the edge. I mean, there's just a little bit left in there. This one's called Stoked. My cross of Stormtrooper and Toke, so I called it Stoked. This is an ABB sample that I put on here. I don't know what ABB stands for, but it's grown almost. This was a different color. This one here was like a grayish color agar. I tried using black. It just didn't work. It came out like a weird, like brownish gray color. That was almost fully colonized. I got like 50 of these things colonizing. Well, yeah, I end up going with these 100 milliliter plates from Stealth Treat with the grip ring, and then I end up seeing the same guy that sold those had these, and these do have a grip ring too. They're little tiny grip rings. They're just like the big plates, just a little smaller. Anybody have any questions on anything else? Yes and no. Okay, now they're not a bitch to pour if you use the right equipment. Now, if you take a mason jar and try to pour little tiny plates with a mason jar, yes, it's a bitch. Okay, but you get the proper bottles. Or what I ended up doing, and this worked out the best, is I took a cryo vial as I was pouring some agar upstairs before I pressure cooked it. I tested this. This was on my second batch. Sorry. First time I used that bottle and it made a mess. I had it on a video actually. It made a mess, but it worked out. But if you fill one of these up to about 50 milliliters, you can get about 20 plates out of it. So you take one of these, fill it up with your hot agar, and pour them just like a stack, just like a normal stack. You just pour them one on top of the other. Just lift it, pour, and then you just you're adding one little bit of contamination vector. But what I do is I pressure cook 2 of these with my agar next to them. But what I'm going to try next time is just putting 50 milliliters in 2 or 3 of these, just like that, and then pouring them right from that instead of using glass bottles. That's actually a much easier way. But yeah, a big syringe would probably work. I ended up buying a couple, not buying, at the dollar store. I found these ketchup squeeze bottles with the tip on the top, but they don't work. They melt. You don't want to pressure cook them. Found that out the hard way. A big syringe would work, yes, but with a syringe, what happens to me is if I'm not quick enough, which I'm pretty quick, I pour at like 120 degrees, and I'd have to go up to about 135 to end up keeping that syringe liquid long enough, and then I would end up with a lot of condensation. And as you can see, these don't have condensation at all, which is what I prefer. The only condensation I have is a little bit. Maybe don't have much condensation. I pour so low that I pour 250 milliliters at a time, which is a stack of 10 100 milliliter plates. So I just do 250, 250, 250. It's a lot easier just do a quick pour like that. But yeah, that would probably work a big syringe or a turkey baster. Turkey baster, no, that would be a bad idea. No offense. But yeah, basically just pour a little tube, like with anything with a smaller mouth. These work great. The first time I did it, it was kind of like a by accident thing. So next time it's going to be even better. I'm just going to make some of those up with my agar in it. Let's see. I don't know if anybody made some airport legs. Oh, got a new little experiment I'm going to be trying. Let's see if I can show you that. Open this for the first time. I just got it in the mail. My next new thing is I'm going to be growing herbs, not pot. I already grow pot. I got peppermint. I got echinacea. I got lemon balm. Chamomile. And lavender. The ones I really want to grow are peppermint and echinacea. And I'm going to probably grow lavender. It'll be fun. I got this three little pot thing to put them in. Next, it spins around, little handle. Got little inserts inside of it. You can take the plastic insert out of it too. There was, I don't know where I found them. Over here, the inserts going here. So I'm going to throw some mint and some chamomile, some lavender, and some echinacea. So that's going to be fun. That's my next experiment for the winter. It's not an experiment. Everybody and their mother's grown herbs for centuries. But for me, it's an experiment. My marijuana plants are doing absolutely wonderful. They're getting a little fuzzy buds. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you've seen marijuana grow, but I've never seen good buds grow like this. These are growing nice, big, fuzzy, like white, like spiders come, not spiders, but I don't know, it's kind of like little, like the little white fingers coming out. They're really cute. But those are coming along very nicely. Let's see. What else I can do here? Oh, just a word of advice. I got these different moisture absorbers, and they work phenomenal. They're a little bit different than the ones you normally see of the blue and pink color. These are made of clay. They're Y-absorbent, but they look like these kinds, and they're just they're clay, and they work phenomenal. You get like so 2 gram packs, and you get like 200 of them in there for like $10. And I've been putting them in things, and they're actually drawing a suction on the inside of jars, which is kind of cool. So basically, it's drawing the moisture out and probably drawing the air out for the oxygen out too. But I think it's just the moisture. But it's working good. Let's see. Anything else I can tell you guys? Gonna have some fun Sunday. I got a bunch of stuff that we did last Sunday coming to fruition. Like I said, we got the Uncle Ben's bags. We're gonna show the ones I inoculated on last Sunday, this Sunday. The bags I colonized last Sunday are doing amazing. I don't know if you remember, I made a Nubus. I used popcorn and I used millet or something like that. I used 2 different Milo. I used 2 different grains of the same spawn on 2 different grains, and I spawned them to bulk into these little plastic, regular grow bags, but without the filter, and these new round filters on top that I got that I love, which I don't have right here. This is what they look like. So you put the bag up through one of these, and then you put this little cap over it, and it's got a filter, so the bag stays, completely. You don't have to use an impulse sealer or nothing. You put the bag up through here, put the cover on, done. So what I've been doing is I'm making my corn. I made 10-ounce corn bags in those bags, folded them over, and I just put them in a Ziploc bag after they pressure cook. Brand new Ziploc bag each, so I don't have to seal them. And then when I inoculate them, I fold it over, and I just tape it closed. And then when they're fully colonized, I just pull the bag open, put some dirt in, mix it up, and just put these little caps on the top. So it saves you the hassle of having an impulse sealer. You can also staple the top of your bags instead of using an impulse sealer, but when you're colonizing instead of taping. But I just put a piece of nice micropore tape over the top and then fold it up, and it stays perfect. But yeah, I'll do that tech on Sunday as well. I'll show you guys how I'm doing that. Well, that's about it. I'm pretty much out of ideas, guys. I appreciate you coming. It's going to be a short one tonight. This was an unscheduled event. I wanted to introduce Trippy and Ronnie Real, R&R Shrooms. He's supposed to be here, but he got tied up. He has a new baby. So him and Erica have their baby, so I'm sure they got more than they can handle with that. Appreciate y'all coming, and y'all have a great night. Much love.